welcome back. You can call me B. I am the lady who's been pregnant 11 times. I have 2 living children, 2 little girls. I've had 3 miscarriages, 3 ectopic pregnancies, and 3 second trimester stillbirths. This video, I would go back and watch, first of all, my infertility video, especially part 2. So that one's much shorter. I apologize for how long the first one is. It just takes a long time to get out all 11 stories. So the second part of that video, you hear about my most recent loss in April when we had a second trimester stillbirth, again with the cord knot issue, that whole situation, blood flow, and our last embryo. Well, fast forward, you all might think I'm completely crazy, but my husband and I went through one final egg retrieval because in my heart of hearts, I could not end things where they were. So we decided to meet with which again, I haven't really touched on all of this very much. I have Crohn's disease. There's no for sure indicator that my Crohn's has been affecting these last 2 pregnancy losses with the stillbirths and the blood flow cord knot issue. But they believe that there is some connection to a lot of the inflammation I was experiencing in my gut, especially with when we saw through the ectopic pregnancy where they had to remove my fallopian tube and they saw lots of scar tissue and not great things. So they believe that the state at which my Crohn's was in was affecting these last 2 babies. And so fast forward, in September, I got on a drug called Skyrizi, and I started seeing my gastroenterologist more frequently, and they put me on this drug. I had a colonoscopy to see where my body was at, and it was in rough shape. I had all sorts of ulcers, tons of inflammation. Things did not look good. Fast forward to October, I went through the process of having an egg retrieval, which they said, even though my gut was in a great spot, it was fine to go through that process, separate areas, separate problems. So we went through one final egg retrieval. And then after that, I got on this drug. Well, yeah, it took a few weeks to get on the drug. And so then I was on the drug for 5 months. And now I'm kind of going, egg retrieval happened. We were able to test 5, and I've never had genetic testing done with embryos before. We were able to test 5 embryos, and we came back with 2. Now, technically 3, but one of them isn't great, apparently, but the one, yeah, okay, that's a long story. But technically 2 that are ready to go. So fast forward, those are on ice. Get another colonoscopy was it last Friday? 2 weeks ago? A couple of Fridays ago, and lo and behold, the drug is working fabulously. My insides look awesome. My Crohn's is considered mild right now, which a few months ago was considered moderate to severe. And so my doctor, my gastroenterologist gave me the okay for pregnancy. Now also go back to December 27th. My maternal fetal medicine doctor, my OB, and my fertility doc, and my gastroenterologist. Wow, there's so many. Did I say those all correctly? All 4 of them. They all agreed that I should start Plaquenil, which I'm sure some of you on here know what that drug is. It's a blood thinning medication. It's supposed to help the blood flow, the whole cord issue, all of that. They wanted me on it for a month before a transfer. So I've been on it since December 27th, and then it worked out beautifully. I had a colonoscopy on a Friday, and then the following Tuesday, I think, I started my cycle. And again, if for any of my IVF friends here, you know that start of the cycle means start of the whole process. So last Tuesday, I went into the fertility center and had blood work done, had an ultrasound. My lining was kind of thick because, you have to go on like day 2 of your cycle. Yeah, it must have been Wednesday because it was day 2 of my cycle. It was between day 1 and 5 or something. You're supposed to come in for that initial ultrasound. And my lining looked thick, but everything else looked great. I had 1 cyst, but they didn't believe it was hormonal. And then lo and behold, with the blood work, it was fine. So they called me and said, start So I always have done a medicated transfer or stimulated transfer, I believe, because my one living child that was through IVF was a fresh transfer. And so that was successful, and I still had all those meds in me. So ever since then, all of the transfers I've done since then, which I believe I've had miscarriage and 2. I've had 4 transfers altogether. And that first transfer was the one that was my daughter, that was stimulated and successful. So since then, they put me on a really low dose, 37.5 of Gonal-F. And so I started that on Saturday. So I took Gonal-F Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Then I went in yesterday to the doctor. Wednesday? No, okay, and then Wednesday night. So I took it for 5 days of Gonal-F. And then Thursday morning, we went in for another ultrasound, and my lining looked perfect, and blood work looked great. So they said, all right, well, we're going to schedule your transfer. So my transfer right now is scheduled for the 30th. So it was like a week from the following Thursday after my appointment. So meds wise, let's see, I'm looking over at my table. They have me on vitamin E. I'm on estrogen now twice a day, which is a standard thing. I'm on baby aspirin, which is more associated with my issues that they want me on baby aspirin. I'm on the Plaquenil, which is once a day. Prenatal, vitamin D, just because this time of year we all need it. And then, oh, that's the other thing. And then I start progesterone on Saturday. So it was like 2 days after that ultrasound, they're having me start progesterone injections in my bum. Oh, but then one more thing to note. On that Thursday, that when I had the ultrasound saying your transfer is going to be a week from now, I had I think it's Ovidril is what it's called. I gave myself that trigger injection to schedule ovulation on that night between 8 and 10 p.m. So at this point, yeah, it's just oral meds, and then I'll start doing the progesterone every day, which I've done. Like I said, if I've done that many transfers, I've done progesterone forever and ever. That's my least favorite part about all of this, because I get those giant lumps in my bum, even rubbing it out and everything. And actually, you're gonna laugh. I don't know if I can show this to you, like if it will be funny, but I am resting my phone on the Sharps container, which you all know what that is. But anyways, so I will keep all of you posted. We have a plan. I feel much better because my Crohn's is under control. I'm on this blood thinner. With a positive pregnancy test, I will start something called Levinox, which that is also an injection. I think it's in the belly. But yeah, that's where we're at. I will keep you posted with, I guess the next thing I'll record is when I actually do the transfer in a week. So yeah, that's where we're at. Thanks for watching.